Hello Blazers, it is your boy Roman, your favorite neighborhood Russian. Hi guys, Doomsday, welcome to a brand new video. In today's video guys, we're going to be talking about the latest news about Russia and a certain thing that I cannot say in this video because this video is going to get demonetized immediately. You know, that thing that's going around the world right now and has everybody sitting inside. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? I don't need to say it. Actually, in my previous video when I was talking about this, I made an effort to never say the name of the thing and I just called it The Thing. You know, I thought I was being very smart, but that video got demonetized by YouTube anyway, and this video is probably gonna get demonetized as well, so you know guys, the Patreon link is down in the description as always. But honestly guys, just screw it. It's a hot topic right now and there's a lot of things that I need to get out of my chest. There's a lot of news I need to cover and you know, update you guys on. So today I'm gonna be talking about the current situation with The Thing in Russia, what is going on, and also at the end of this video I'm gonna have a little interview with actually a real life friend of mine who chose really not the best time for a trip or a vacation and is now actually stuck in Japan and cannot return back to Russia and is kind of being screwed over by the Russian government. So yeah, it's gonna be very interesting, a lot of information, a lot of interesting stuff to cover. Let's strap in and get into it. So first of all, what is going on? What is the current status? Well, Russia is on lockdown. They don't officially call it a quarantine, they just call it a period of paid leave, essentially, so people are not supposed to go to work officially and they're supposed to be paid for not going to work. So people are supposed to stay home right now and still get paid, which is obviously not actually happening. I mean, just using anecdotal evidence actually, like both of my parents that I live with actually go to work. One of them goes to work daily and the other, my mom, goes to work like 2 or 3 times per week. So you know, I'm not exactly in the safest situation. Or for example, one of my real life friends works at Burger King and he's not gonna get paid for this entire month, even though he's not supposed to work and come to work officially. So basically we're in a bad position right now in Russia. A lot of people are stuck at home, they're not getting any money whatsoever, and so a lot of people still go to jobs, a lot of people still go outside and still work. So of course this sort of thing is better than nothing, it's better than having no self-isolation or whatever at all, but it's also not really working as intended because a lot of people still have to go to work. So essentially the entirety of Russia is on this lockdown, this paid leave or whatever, which is not called a quarantine, I guess, to not scare people, for the entire month of April. And there is a lot of interesting things that are also happening during this paid leave or quarantine, if you will. You know, a lot of people were joking that essentially all Russians are gonna do is just drink during the quarantine, and you know, the sales of alcohol apparently actually went up by 40% ever since this paid leave or a holiday was announced. And you know, as crazy as that might sound, that might actually have some very, very bad consequences. So certain regions of Russia are actually limiting sales of alcohol now, if not just prohibiting sales of alcohol. Yes, we're in the prohibition era right now in Russia, seriously. Now, these were temporary measures, but for example, in the Russian region of Yakutia, the sales of alcohol were banned for an entire week. So essentially, originally when this whole paid leave thing started, it was only announced for 1 week, and now it's actually been prolonged for the entire month of April. And so for that entire week in Yakutia, the region of Russia, sales of alcohol were banned completely. Now actually they're unbanning it again. And in some other regions of Russia, they've actually limited the time periods when alcohol can be actually bought. So yeah, just a really interesting measure in my opinion, and I guess it's to prevent things like, you know, domestic violence or some sort of conflicts that may emerge because of alcohol, because as you know, there's a lot of very, you know, families that are not very stable out there, not in very good conditions, not in a very good place, and all of them having to sit inside with each other and also drinking at the same time, that might lead to some, you know, some bad situations. So I guess it makes sense why they banned the sales of alcohol, but the ban is lifted now, so. But I think it's just interesting. Now, as far as cities go, in Moscow actually the conditions are the worst. That city has the most amounts of cases of the thing around the entire country, and it's in pretty bad conditions. So over there the entire city is actually in very much quarantine mode, and they call it that. And they've actually even implemented fees, so when a person goes outside and goes, you know, for a walk or whatever, he can actually be arrested and feed either 4,000 rubles if you're caught for the first time and 5,000 rubles if you're caught for the second time, and you know, after that as well, if that wasn't enough for you. In other regions of the country that is not the case. For example, in the region where I live, the Chelyabinsk Oblast, we're also in a self-isolation sort of thing right now until the 19th of April, and the rules are basically simple, you know, avoid public places, do not go outside unless you really need it and unless you need to go to work. But you know, the main reason is just essentially, you know, keep distance from people and don't go outside unless you really have to. And there are no fees or anything like that, so actually you may actually be stopped by the police outside and you could be warned, and you know, the police could say something like think about what you're doing, you know, you need to self-isolate or whatever, but you will not actually be feed. One thing that is actually going on in my city of Chelyabinsk though that is really funny is that there are certain machines that are riding around the city that are spraying nitrous peroxide in the air, basically in hopes that that would destroy the thing. Essentially what it is just like two huge Soviet trucks in front of which they put like a huge, it's like an air turbine of some sorts. Like I think these things are usually used to clean like landing strips in airports or whatever, and so what they do is that they basically ride around the city and they spray nitrous peroxide everywhere. I've actually filmed it myself. They actually go every day, or not almost every day, on my streets. So right where I live, outside my window, this car passes by like a few times a week. It makes like this huge airplane noise, and it's just it is very much debatable how effective this is against the thing, because a lot of people say that, you know, nitrous peroxide doesn't really make sense. It does not kill the thing, so it's like pretty useless to do it, and it's just, you know, making the air conditions in our city, in my city, that are already pretty bad, even worse. But yeah, that's the thing that's happening right now. It's just pretty interesting. And also as well, with all these regulations, with all these rules that I impose right now, Russia is also closing its borders. So you cannot fly anywhere. Nobody can also enter Russia. No foreigners can enter Russia currently. All flights are basically being cancelled, etc. And so a lot of people actually are in a very bad situation right now, because they're essentially just stuck somewhere abroad in a different country, and they cannot return back to Russia, and they don't know what to do whatsoever. And like I said in the beginning of this video, I have a friend who went to Japan and is currently now stuck in Japan, in Tokyo, and cannot return to Russia because no planes fly there, nobody wants to evacuate them or anything, and it's just a very, very messed up situation. So, let's talk to him about it.
Когда, в общем, мы купили билеты, вот всей этой херни не было вообще, то есть я это закупил еще в январе, и как бы приходило время как бы уже уезжать, и я думал, что отменят вообще рейс, в принципе, я смогу забрать деньги. В день, когда вылета, во всех СМИ трубят о том, что типа все, мы запрещаем скоро все рейсы. Мы такие, ну окей, ладно, хер с ним. Когда мы садились уже на самолет в Токио, то у меня посмотрели на визу, ну, посмотрели в паспорте визу и посмотрели, не был ли я в последнее время в Китае. И все это еще совпало с выступлением Путина по телевизору о том, что начнутся каникулы, вот эти вот недельные. По сути, мы думали, что он выскажет о том, что типа он закрывает границы, и мы все, типа, берем билеты обратно в Питер и типа сидим, чилим. И, собственно, мы взяли и дальше полетели, как бы никто ничего не запрещал. Собственно, рейсы ничего никто не отменял еще тогда. Уже там ездили по всей Японии, смотрим новости, а нам говорят, что вот 1 апреля запрещают все рейсы, типа. А оказывается, что нифига эти рейсы не запретили. То есть там все равно летал один самолет, который типа спокойно, там это авиакомпания Брода, дочерняя группа Аэрофлота, он спокойно летал до Владивостока и до Южно-Сахалинска. В чем проблема? В том, что очень часто говорили о том, что все рейсы отменяют, никто не летает. На самом деле самолеты летают. То есть...
А как об этом узнать? Только прийти в аэропорт, типа, или как?
По идее, этим должно заниматься МИД, Министерство иностранных дел России и, собственно, МИД в Японии. Но они этим не занимаются в принципе. Для того, чтобы узнать всю эту информацию, мы узнали ее из телеграм-каналов. То есть есть отдельный телеграм-канал чуваков, которые...
Запрещенный на территории Российской Федерации мессенджер. Между прочим.
Да, МИД нас не уведомил. Ну, вообще никак. Аэрофлот о том, что у меня отменены мои билеты, он мне не прислал вообще ничего. То есть я пытался позвонить в Аэрофлот по горячей линии, типа за границей осталось там около 30-40 тысяч россиян. И люди, которые которые все-таки смогли дозвониться до МИДа, они их посылали в Аэрофлот. А те люди, которые смогли дозвониться до Аэрофлота, их посылали в МИД. Потому что и те, и другие, они не знали о том, когда возобновятся полеты.
Слушай, а там же какая-то тема была я видел недавно, что типа люди, которые остались за границей, какая-то там регистрация на госуслугах происходит, и, насколько я понимаю, там какое-то денежное должно быть помощь или что?
Да. Я тоже туда зарегался, я тоже туда написал, но проблема в том, что за последние 3 суток я заполнил, наверное, анкеты, наверное, 4 разных. 2 на госуслугах, 1 анкету я заполнил в МИД РФ, и 1 анкету я заполнил в Аэрофлот. Аэрофлот попросил, когда полностью отменили все рейсы, приехать в аэропорт и ручкой на бумажке написать в отдельный списочек свое имя, фамилию, номер брони рейса, и типа после этого этого, типа, ты будешь перенесен на какой-то ближайший рейс РФ. Просто вдумайся, на листочке с бумажкой, у них есть все данные в интернете, у них есть вся информация о всех бронях, и они просят приехать в аэропорт и на ручке, на бумажке ручкой написать всю эту инфу. Вторая — это вот МИД-РФ информация о том, что нужна материальная помощь, там нужно жилье и прочее. И вот сейчас появилась на госуслугах вот эта вся тема с тем, что ты можешь получить материальную помощь.
А что они обещают? Неизвестно, какие там объемы этой помощи?
Там вроде как, вот получается, начиная со дня, когда у тебя был отменен рейс, ну вот у меня с 3-го, платить по 2, там, плюс-минус 1500 рублей в день на человека. То есть вот мы приехали с девушкой, и, по сути, нам будут когда-нибудь 5000 рублей в день платить. Но проблема в том, что мы этих денег не видели, я эту карточку всю заполнил, то есть анкету это все заполнил, мне ничего не пришло, то есть на госуслугах это выглядит так, то есть ты все это оформил, тебе приходит на e-mail сообщение, услуга оказана, и все.
Короче, непонятно, получишь в итоге или нет.
Те, которые смогли улететь в Южно-Сахалинск, их посадили в санаторий Сахарный берег, или как это так называется. Вот.
Понял.
Вот здесь вот начинается веселье. Их просто тупо рассадили в этом санатории. У них...
В советском каком-то таком, да, наверное.
В общем, Сахарный берег — это вот типичный совковый на берегу санаторий в Сахалина. Кормили какой-то жижей непонятной. Им не дали ни полотенец, ни мыла в первые дни. Сейчас им даже, у них даже есть чайник теперь.
So yeah, you guys heard it all themselves from a person that is in Japan himself right now. Pretty messed up situation, you know. Shout outs to my homie Timur for doing this and providing this very interesting information, because this is not just a YouTube video now, okay? This is investigative journalism. I'm doing interviews, I'm spitting facts, I'm getting facts from the people that are actually there. This is the new level for the No Focus channel, you guys. But yeah, and I guess that is pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video and share with you guys. Russia is on lockdown right now, you know. It's largely the same situation as in a lot of places now. We're in this together. I'm now in exactly the exact same position as you know, guys. I haven't been outside in like 3 weeks. I mean, I've just gone out to the store, and that's about it. My heart goes out to you guys. We will get through this together. So yeah, guys, that is going to be pretty much it for today's video. I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you guys did, please make sure to slap the like button on this video. If you guys did enjoy it as well, please make sure to subscribe to this channel. And also, if you guys want to support my channel and if you want to support me throughout these very hard times, make sure to go over down in the description to my Patreon link. Donate to it. I would gladly appreciate it. If you donate to it, you get invited to my Discord server, which is pretty cool. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video once again, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.